Hello, Cooper here, and welcome to the second episode of Loose Minds. Today I have Nick Acosta with me. Say hello.
Hey.
So, Nick, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Nick Acosta. I live in a small town called Susquehanna. And you probably miss it if you weren't really paying attention as you drove through. I have been Cooper's friend. Well, I was really close to Cooper, probably like for a couple of years, and we kind of drifted away. We've kind of both been doing our own thing. I love baseball. I do cross country. I think staying physically fit, even though I'm not like buff or anything, that's really important to me.
Look at him. He has the arms of a tiny Asian girl.
Oh, come on. Come
on. Me and Nick used to make videos together.
Yeah, we had this channel. It was called Puzzle Comedy.
Puzzle Comedy!
It was fun.
You could actually probably still go check those videos out.
Yeah.
Those were our embarrassing days. We also had lip syncing videos too.
I love those. Those are fun.
Totally sketch.
I mean, who knows? Maybe someday. Maybe some. I mean, I would love to do videos with Cooper again at some point. But I've kind of, on a YouTube basis, I've been kind of giving it up because I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which that means I'm a Mormon, I guess you could say. And I've been getting ready to do something epic in my life for 2 years, and so I've been kind of devoting my whole time and my energy into that. And I love YouTube. I love the whole content creating thing. And I will get back to it, as you know, when I get back from my mission. I settle down for a little bit, and it's been crazy. But I'm fortunate. I love acting. It's like a huge passion of mine. Singing is another big passion. Hanging out with friends and really just kind of having fun, you know, and being a good person. That's what I'm all about. And so yeah.
All right. Well, I do have a couple of questions for you, and the Mormon one was actually my first question, and I wanted to know what led you into becoming a Mormon, and was there influences?
Well, the thing that happened was there was a very traumatic thing for me that happened last year. I lost one of my really close friends, unfortunately, and it was kind of a wake-up call that I wanted to change my life, and there was something that was missing in my life. And I'm really good friends with one of the sons of, well, actually all their kids, I guess, but one of their kids, Coleman, his family. I'm really close to Coleman. And through Coleman, I was over at their house for a little bit, and I felt something there. It was like something I never felt before, and I was like, man, I want this. Like, I feel happy. And so I asked them about the church. We had a little social event. We went to watch the Grease play. And so I asked them about it, and they said, if you want to learn more, just attend church with us or whatever. So I went to church that Sunday. I didn't have any expectations. I walked in, and I loved it, you know, and everybody was so nice, and I was ready, you know.
Oh, so warm.
I felt really good inside, and I know the sister missionaries came up to me, and they're like, do you want lessons? And I was like, yeah, I guess I'd like to learn more about it. You know, I had no intention of becoming a Mormon or getting baptized or anything. And so I got the lessons, and I ended up knowing that the church was true. And like I said before, like if I didn't know it was true, I wouldn't have joined. And I know, you know, that the church teaches really good principles and a good way to live your life clean, and also to have fun living your life and just having an enjoyable time. And that's the type of thing that I wanted. And I got baptized in July of 2013.
You got dunked in the water?
I got dunked in the water. Actually, my best friend Coleman baptized me, and he's actually right now serving a 2-year mission in the Dominican Republic.
That's awesome.
So he's doing really well, and I miss him, but he's been doing really well, and yeah. So it was awesome that he got baptized.
Well, that's awesome. Now my second question was, how has that changed your life so far?
Well, the church has definitely changed my life. Where I was a year ago, I was kind of unhappy. I was happy, but I wasn't like, fully like 100%, like happy. I was just kind of like upset, and I was just like, man, life kind of just sucks sometimes. It gets you down, and once I joined the church, though, like I felt like I had a purpose.
So
and,
it really brought out your inner spirit.
Yeah,
and it gave you a sense of life and like a new outlook on life, and just kind of appreciated it more.
The thing with it that I love the most is like it's really made me, want to be a great person. It's made me really want to be somebody that people can really kind of know that I'll always be a friend. And I
that's good.
A lot of the funny thing is last year there was a girl that I really liked, and I still have feelings for her.
Was she foreign?
No.
Because you don't know, Nick has a thing for foreign exchange students.
That was one, and I really liked her.
He always chases them away, like sends them back to their country where they came from.
Well, I really liked her when she was here, and I still do, but life goes on. But there was this girl that I met, and actually Coleman brought her to prom. My best friend Coleman brought her to prom, and
so you stole his girl?
Kind of, but the thing is a lot of people were saying we're just joining the church for her, but me and her kind of didn't work out, and we realized that we were just better as friends. And when that happened, I still am a part of the church, and I'm very strong in it. And the one thing I do love about the church is like the church, it gives you, responsibilities. It gives you like things that you can actually like, help in your life. And the one thing that has helped me is so church is every Sunday. I'm the Sunday school teacher for the church.
So you're moving up.
Yeah, it's great. I love teaching. And it's basically the lessons are about the Savior, Jesus Christ, which is the basic principle of our church. That's why our church is not called the Mormon Church. It's called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because it talks all about Jesus, and he's the man. And I love teaching about him every week, and I love my class. They're really awesome, and they really help me, and it's great, to help others and have opportunities to teach. It's really, really awesome, and I love it.
That's awesome.
But
I know myself. You gotta bring out the picture.
That's Jesus Christ right there, our Savior. He's the man. Everybody owes, basically themselves to him, and just it's crazy. Yeah, I always have a picture of him.
Friendship, helping others. That's what I'm all about too. I feel like that's the purpose of life. Is just meeting as many people as you can, and exploring as many places as you possibly can in your lifetime, and having all these awesome experiences. And that's what, like me, family and friends, they're the biggest part of life. And if you aren't happy and having great old times with your close family, your close friends, then what's the point? I don't know. I feel like if you're always working and stuff, you're not living life. You're living to work. But some people, that's all they know because they grew up like that. And then there's people like me, that free-spirited, I want to go out and do all these amazing things, but I can't, and everyone's always shutting me down. They're like, you're a dreamer, you need to get your head on straight. And I'm just like, no, this is who I am. And even if I'm, somewhere living under a bridge, I'm still going to be happy if I can, explore, even if I have to explore the world and, and I'm sleeping, in boats or under boats and stuff, as I'm doing it, as long as I can still film it and share with the world my journey, that's good enough for me.
And that's the thing is religion aside, I love the church, and I feel like everybody should at least know about the church. I think it's really not about the church, but just to learn about Jesus Christ. I think that's basically what you should learn and kind of how you should act as a person. But with me, I think the most important thing, besides religion and everything, is just being a good person at the end of the day. And that's the one thing that I really want to, I love emphasizing enough is just, there's times when, I can be very,
So I shouldn't beat
Or-
up old ladies?
Or no, there's times where I can be like argumentative and because I have a passion and I have something. But
That's true. When Nick believes something, he believes he's right, and everyone else is 100% wrong.
Yeah. A little bit. But like I believe at the end of the day that you should be the best person that you can be, and I think you should just make your try to at least once a day try to make your way to helping somebody out. You know what I mean, along the way. And I think that's really like the main important message that we all should live by. And there's a lot of people that want to sleep around and stuff, and that's fine. Hey,
Speaking of sleeping around,
whatever.
Since you are gonna be a Mormon or are a Mormon, I want to know how many wives do you plan on having?
One. What type of question is that?
Because Mormons,
yeah,
the stereotype.
The thing with the church is, we used to practice polygamy.
Isn't it illegal now, though?
It is illegal. The only reason why we did it is because a lot of women, they couldn't, live in houses with other men unless they were married to them. And, I do feel like it's important to really help somebody out in need, but I do not plan on having, 7 wives or something. And that show that you see, Sister Wives or whatever, that's fake. That's totally fake. First off, that guy is probably not even Mormon, and second off, I don't even think he's definitely not representing our church good at all. But we don't practice that anymore, and I'm happy that we don't practice that.
The more you know.
The more you know.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. Now, do you said something about missions? Do you know where you're going yet, or is that still in the works?
So what happens is, for a lot of the priesthood holders like myself, I'm an Aaronic priesthood holder, in the church, they emphasize that all able young men go on missions. And the thing with me is I didn't really have that testimony to go on a mission, and I was like, I don't know. But it wasn't really until, I guess, up towards my baptism, I went to a little thing called EFY. It's especially for youth. It's so much fun. It's a blast. I made so many lifetime friends, and it was crazy. There's a lot of cute girls there and stuff, so I can't complain. But it was fun, and
or picking out his 7 wives.
When I went there, I really felt that impression that I needed to serve a mission because it was important. And what happens is when you serve a full 2-year mission, so you go to a different place that you're not from or anything, and it could be a different state, anywhere in the country, or it could be a different country altogether. So you're going to a new place, a new land, kind of with new people, and what you do is you teach people about Jesus Christ, and you teach them about our message and kind of what we bring to the table, I guess, in a way. But the one thing that I'm really excited to do is I can't wait to do service for others. You do a lot of service and you help a lot of people in need. And if somebody needs a tree cut down or something, you're like the first one to step in there. So it's like when I go on this mission, I'm giving 2 years of my life to other people and serving other people, and it's gonna be good because I tend to sometimes have a thing where I just think about myself, and it is good to kind of stabilize and make sure, that you have yourself, that you're good. But I'm excited to actually, kind of give all my effort to other people and really find love in other people that I haven't really met. And there's a process of it. There's a lot of papers that you have to fill out and basically your whole history.
Yeah.
And so I actually just got that done. All the paperwork is done. I got one of my interviews done. I have one more to go. But 2.5 to 3 weeks, I will find out where I go and when I go on my mission.
Speaking of paperwork, I tried signing up for the Peace Corps because I wanted to do stuff like that where I go to Africa and stuff and go help out the people in need over there and teach them new things. But the amount of paperwork that you have to fill out, I was like, I don't know. I don't think it's worth it.
I think the thing with me is the one thing.
That's for a lot of information.
The one thing that really helped me when I did my mission papers, because there's a lot of stuff they need to fill out. One thing that really helped me was starting early, and I started in October, and I remember I kind of was intrigued because people told me you should start early, and so I I went to my branch president and I asked him, you know, I was like, can I start my mission papers? So he had like a little interview with me, and I started them, and so I kind of slowly, steadily went, and I checked everything like 10, 13, 15 times just to make sure everything was perfect. And the one thing that's really cool about a mission is that not only can you get sent to a completely different country or a completely different place that you're not used to, but you can learn a language that you've never learned. I know 2 years of Spanish, but I couldn't even say a sentence in Spanish. But that's what's really cool about it. And you go to this place when you serve. You go to this place called the MTC, Missionary Training Center, and it's like school basically. And they teach you like how to be a effective teacher, and they teach you everything that you know when you're on a mission. And it's great. You're assigned a mission president, you're assigned a companion throughout the whole time, but you have transfers and stuff. So it's crazy. It's a lot of things. If you really want to look into that more, I guess, you can go to lds.org. That's where you can find everything about the church, not only just mission stuff, but everything about the church in general. So,
LDS.org.
Yes, LatterdaySaints.org. That's what it stands for.
Let's see what else I got up in here for you. I guess we could talk a little bit more off of the Mormon topic for a little bit.
Okay.
So now you're into comedy, right?
Yeah.
So who would your favorite comedian be?
My favorite comedian. Oh, that's a good question. Like stand up or
like just overall comedian, like entertainer.
You know, the one person that I used to be was Adam Sandler, but lately, I really
A lot of people have been hating Adam Sandler.
his movies have started kind of getting.
They're like,
Right.
Oh, he acts the same in all of his movies, but it's
Yeah.
like that's who he is. You know, it's kind of like Seth Rogen. He does kind of the same thing.
I
where-
think
No.
right now, like one of my favorite entertainers, is probably gonna be. Oh, there's so many.
Well,
There's a comedian. I don't know if you've ever seen this comedian. I can't even think
what's his act
what
like?
his name is. He's like McDonald's. I'm loving it.
The Ronald McDonald.
No.
All right. Well,
What's his name?
what do you think
Tell
of
me the
that?
name.
Mine would have to be Bo Burnham because
Bo Burnham.
honestly, I think he is the best entertainer of today right now.
I think Kevin Hart's pretty funny, but I mean,
I don't know, I
his stuff
think
is
he's-
kinda
he's-
starting to get
Like
old.
he kind of repeats his jokes in every like show thing. Like, well, I felt like his new one was just repetitive of his old stuff, but Bo Burnham, like, his intro alone was just phenomenal and just super creative. He has such an interesting mind. Like, when I was watching him, I was like, that's me if I was ever like that big. Like, that's what I would do, like something like that. So then I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, well, fuck. I would be screwed because everyone would be like, well, Bo already did that. You know, you're just copying them. And I'm like, well, so I guess comedian's off the list.
I think,
But he is just top-notch entertainer, and his content is just gold. Even though some of it is like very, I don't know how you say, like poop fart jokes, stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know.
that's well, I'd probably have to say I like Jim Jeffries a lot. He's funny. But I think there's this guy actually on YouTube. Have you ever heard of Owen Rogers?
Yep. His
Is
storytelling is hilarious.
I think he's like one of my favorite entertainers, like hands down. He's
Olin
so
Rogers, shout out to him. He is an awesome YouTuber.
funny. Yeah, he is.
He's really good at
hilarious.
storytelling. Another one like him is Swoozy, but Swoozy animates his stories, where Olin Rogers just like, in a world.
In a world full of darkness and despair.
My nutty butty.
Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese.
But, so, now another one, since you are into music or whatnot. Now, all this Justin Bieber stuff going on, do you think we should get rid of him, send him back to Canada, or do you think we should just leave him alone?
I think
Leave Justin alone!
I think the thing with him is, you know, the Canada thing is kind of funny, but I think you should just let him stay here. You know why? You know what the funny thing is? Because he's only hurting his own reputation. And I think, I'm a strong believer in what goes around comes around. and I've seen the way that he's been acting like lately.
Well, in my eyes, he already fucking ruined his career.
He's stupid because he basically ruined his career once he got pulled over. And I think the thing with him is I think he thinks that because he's a celebrity, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And I've never been jealous of the celebrity status because I feel like it kind of sucks, having your whole life like on a screen. But I think it's hilarious kind of watching him like struggle and stuff because he's not doing any smart things, just kind of making dumb choices, and hopefully he gets his act together, but I hardly doubt it. I don't think he'll go back to Canada though. I think that's just
now. Another one is Miley Cyrus. What do you think about her? Do you think she's going too far, or do you think parents are going too far?
I think the thing with her is I gotta have my hat off to her because she knows what obviously sells.
Yeah.
And can you blame her for trying to become successful and have a huge
everyone bashes Miley Cyrus for things that other artists have already done in the past, like Marilyn Monroe, Lady Gaga, Rihanna. But Miley, for some reason, gets all the negative attention for it. And I believe mostly it's because she was a Disney star and people can't let go of the fact that she was Hannah Montana.
I think with her situation, I think she's trying too hard to get out of the Disney phase. I think if she was to that's fine. You want to sing songs about
Well, that's just Panic at the Disco just did a naked video shoot too.
Well,
he was technically wearing pants.
That was different because they never showed anything bad or anything. Because I'm a huge fan of Panic at the Disco, honestly, and I didn't really like the video, but
because he was naked. Well, he wasn't in an interview. He said that he had his pants rolled down really low, but in the video, it portrayed it as if he was naked.
Yeah.
So but he's not getting no negative attention.
I think the thing with Miley Cyrus is the huge thing with it is Panic at the Disco. We could kind of expect that. They've been doing that for quite some time. Miley Cyrus, however,
we should be
has
used
not
to her now.
Well, okay,
and
the Wrecking Ball thing, whatever, it was ridiculous, and I think that was just stupid on her part.
Well, yeah,
the second thing,
that was a beautiful song.
Her new song, Adore or whatever, Adore You or something. That song, my mom showed me the video, and it was terrible. I couldn't believe how bad it was, and it didn't seem like it was much, but she was touching herself. It was weird.
The sad thing is that the songs are really good. The songs, I believe, Wrecking Ball is a beautiful song, but the video ruined it. Yeah. And that's where people are like, all right, this is where I draw the line, you're nude now. But at the same time, it's she's an adult now, and this is her decision. She wants to break away from that, and she wants to go more into that.
But like I said, I also believe that she knows what sells, and that's why she's doing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. She knows, it's only making her more famous, really. Because, people are talking about her all over, and it's just blowing her up even more.
Yeah.
So, but, when parents were boycotting it, and all that stuff. No, I think that's stupid.
I think that is stupid.
Give your ticket to someone that will actually go see it.
I don't, being a member of the church and everything, I don't strongly, encourage that to anybody. But I think there is a freedom of expressing yourself, I guess. And if that's the way she wants to express herself, then let her do it. But I'm not gonna stand by and watch it or whatever. But you can't really support it or anything.
Hello.
So.
I was wondering who was in my parking spot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of filming a video.
We're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Just delete that.
Okay.
Well, when you leave, Nick can move the car.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll probably still be awake, but.
Okay.
That's like.
Okay.
Your truck?
Okay. Yeah, it's trucks here.
Great. Now I gotta watch it. Alright, so yeah. What were we talking about? Miley Cyrus?
Yeah.
Anyways. I've lost all train.
What's your influence in music? Cooper?
My influence in music? Yeah. I don't even do music.
Oh.
I just kind of... Alright, well, my influence in music would have to be... I don't know, probably... Yeah, I guess, because I do kind of do, little musical stuff every once in a while, but I'm not gonna go anywhere with it unless I did something with YouTube for a while and got big, and then I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll just do a music video because that's what all YouTubers do. I'd probably, my influences would probably be classical, like alternative rock, or kind of like how front bottoms are now, or even like a classic '90s punk style, because like that's more my voice range. I'm not really, or I could even do something like Secondhand Serenade, because I can do that, like high pitched voice, but like other high pitched voices I have trouble with for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because I listened to so much Secondhand Serenade when I was younger, but
Fall for you
yeah.
over again. Yeah.
Best thing about tonight is
That we're not fighting.
could it be
That
that
we have been this way
before? Alright. What about you? What's your influences?
Well,
musicals?
actually, lately, so I've been kind of bouncing around like my whole life, but I have like a wide range of music that I'm really influenced by. I'd probably have to say one, first and foremost, probably Fall Out Boy. I love Fall Out Boy. I think
He has an
everything
amazing
is
voice range.
I love Fall Out Boy. Like I'm literally like a big groupie, I guess you could say.
A groupie? You would do him?
No.
Is that what you're trying to say? That's what groupies are, Nick.
Panic at the Disco. That's
Nick's-
kind of why my hair, if you're asking me, is like kind of like weird. I've been trying to do it like Brett and Yuri a little bit. It's not like his, obviously, but I'm trying to do my own style.
It kind of just looks like you woke up like that. You're just like, it looks fine to me. Bedhead.
I actually lately I've been huge influenced by Michael Bublé. I absolutely love him. I think his voice is just amazing. John Legend is another one who's insane. I think there's another guy from Brazil. His name is Mikel Tello. He's friggin' insane. Toby Mac, Colton Dixon. There's a lot of them. I think. There's another one I gotta say. I think I have a wide range of music. I'm also a huge fan of the '80s scene. I love music from the '80s. I love music from like '90s. Nirvana, huge Nirvana.
Now, me, I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate me for this, but I'm not a fan of Nirvana. Like, to me, my opinion is that his voice sounds cool, but his lyrics are amateur.
I think
because he repeats himself in every song, pretty much.
That I love about his lyrics is like it's from a dark place, and I think that's like his.
So you
songs,
like the Doors then?
No, I'm not a huge fan of Doors, but I think
all the songs are about death.
no. If you look at Nirvana's lyrics, yeah, it seems like that. There's a deeper meaning behind all of them. Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's kind of the weirdest name for a song. The reason for that song is Teen Spirit was a deodorant brand, and his girlfriend wore that deodorant. And one day, his girlfriend's friend, after they broke up, wrote "Kurt smells like Teen Spirit," and he kind of and somebody, I think one of his friends told him or something because he dated that girl that wrote it, and so they told Kurt, and Kurt's like, "Let's make a song about it." So, like every single thing that he wrote was about somebody.
I didn't like that song because he was just like hello, hello, hello half the song. I was just like, it's so repetitive. So we're like, now, some of their, like, not so famous work is really, really good.
I love it. Like Big Cheese is one of my favorite songs.
Their songs, now those ones I like, but they're, like, mainstream songs. Those ones, to me, they're really repetitive, and they're not good.
The thing with it
That's my opinion.
is, I am a Mormon, but I do like the song Rape Me, and I'll tell you why. And it's not because it deals with rape, because it doesn't. It's actually an anti-rape song. Which is funny. That's the reason why it's called Rape Me. It's an anti-rape song because he's against rape. And he feels like kind of like he's been kind of raped of like his freedom when that song came out because like the press and everything and everybody was just always constantly on him. So it's kind of like an anti-rape song. And that's kind of why I like it. The meaning behind it, yes, it says rape me, and I'm totally against that. Like that, to me, like that's like one of the worst things you could do in life. That and killing somebody is like the two like biggest sins you could ever do in your life. But I think that song is kind of a sentiment to all of us. Like, when you're enslaved in something, you can always break free and get out of it. And that's why I like that song so much. That's like the meaning behind the song. I wish they used something else like Tape Me or I don't know.
Now, we are talking about music, so I wanted to ask you, what do you think of Frozen being at the #1 spot for the charts right now?
I've heard the song. It's a good song. I haven't watched the movie, which I want to. I just haven't really gotten around to it. I definitely will when I go home.
No, I've listened to all the songs, and they're all really good. And for Disney songs, I think it's the best soundtrack since like The Lion King.
I don't have anything against it. I think it's cool actually. It's
even
cool
actually, I don't know if you saw, but Frozen actually beat Toy Story 3 in money. It's now the #1 animated movie of all time.
And I think it's a smart concept for a movie. I think for Disney. I do like Toy Story, but I think Toy Story 3 kind of lost its edge. I wasn't a huge fan.
Well, that was really dark.
Too.
Toy Story 3 was really dark.
I didn't really like Toy Story 3 that much. Frozen though, I haven't seen it, but it seems like a really cool concept for a movie, and I definitely would take like my kids to see it if I had kids, but I don't.
I would go see it on my own.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I watched Turbo. I kind of like that too.
It's on Netflix now.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Turbo is really good. I thought that was a really cool concept too, kind of taking Cars theme but snails.
I think the one thing I do want to watch the one thing I have been watching a lot on Netflix. I haven't really been keeping up with it lately. Is Lost. I love that show. It's a good show.
I actually meant to start watching that too.
I just need to.
I watched it when it first came out with my mom, like every week.
Yeah, I'm on like season 3 right now, so.
I thought it was really good back then, but it's just that there's so many seasons.
There's like 6 or so.
I think there's actually like 9, isn't there?
No, I don't think so. There might be 6.
I might be wrong. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked. But so is there any other like TV shows you've been watching?
Oh my goodness, Walking Dead.
Dead.
I've been.
Now, how did you feel about the finale thing that they just had?
I loved it. I thought the thing with the show is it is gruesome and it is. What you want to call it, and it's kind of really edgy for TV. It's really edgy for a Mormon to watch, but the thing I love about the show so much is I love shows that can really like grab a hold of you and just keep you on the edge of your seat. And it's a show that I've watched for I think 2 years now. I was like I heard about it and I was like, I'll just whatever. And then the one day I was like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna start watching The Walking Dead.
Then he was hooked.
And I was hooked immediately.
Like he's like super fanboy of Walking Dead.
Big
like
time.
he knows like all the facts, like behind the scenes and everything.
I think it was the season 4 finale was really good. It's kind of sad because it's my last new episode for 2 years, but it is cool. It's gonna be hard not to watch Walking Dead, but it also will. I'll keep my mind on other things at the time, and I won't even think about it. But
you're not allowed to watch it?
No, you're not allowed to watch TV or anything when you're on your mission.
Wow.
But the good thing is, no. The good thing is though is it gives me something to do when I get back home. And get away from everything. I'm just gonna watch Walking Dead.
So you can either buy them or
That's what I do.
Plus,
that's what I do. Look at right there.
If you do you watch a lot of like TV shows more than movies?
No, I'm a huge fan. The thing is, I'm a huge. I want to act. It's something that I have a huge passion for. And I love watching like all different types of things. Another show I really started watching since day one, actually, Bates Motel.
Yeah.
I really got into that show. I got into it last year. I think I told you about it before. And before this new season came in. And it's good that a lot of people watch it now because I loved the show last season when it was really good last season. And so I watched all that and then I waited forever, it seemed like, for season 2 to come out, and it finally came out. And so I've been watching that. It's a really good show. I like that show a lot.
That's another one that I have to pick up on.
It's a psychological thriller. It's really good. Psycho is a pretty good movie. So
a really like creepy, weird show is American Horror Story.
I've heard.
It's twisted. I don't know. It's really good. But now, have you watched any of the Netflix original series shows yet?
I kind of tried watching House of Cards. I didn't really like it. I thought it was kind of stupid.
Yeah, that one's kind of dumb. But Orange is the New Black is really good, and so is the
Shimlock Grove.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I saw the first episode of that, and there's something in there that I didn't really like from the first 5 minutes of it. So I was like, I'm not gonna watch this anymore.
Nick, come on.
I don't do that stuff anymore.
It's just a show.
It doesn't matter to me.
That's only in one scene out of the whole
But
show.
the thing with me is because I want to start a mission and everything, I gotta be like 100% clean, and I gotta be worthy, and I gotta do everything that's right, and that's what I want to do.
Nick, you're not on your mission yet.
Yeah, but you
can watch kinky things.
No, I can't. Don't let him fool you.
Don't let him fool you.
The one I have actually, It's funny. You might actually laugh at me because of this. My mom started watching Secret Life of an American Teenager. And I've watched like the first couple episodes. I'm actually intrigued. It's actually a good show.
I watched that and Vampire Diaries.
And that girl, Shailene Woodley, she's really, really cute. So I like watching the show. I think it's a good show and it teaches you kind of.
And then I watched the one with the death people too. I don't know what one that is.
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's like
Resurrection or something.
no, they're like it's like these death girls and this girl I can hear or something, and they get robbed. I don't remember what show that is,
Yeah.
but I was watching that with my aunt. What else can we talk about?
Future plans? Huh?
Yeah. You have any future plans besides the mission?
I mean, yeah. When I get back from my mission, I do have future plans. I'm going to be attending BYU, Idaho. It's in Rexburg, Idaho, so it's far away from Susquehanna, PA. I will be going. I believe I'm in the winter trek, which starts in January. But I think when I get back, no, give me a couple because I want to have a couple months with my family and stuff. Because I won't see them for 2 years.
Now you're gonna do baseball and stuff too in college.
The thing with that is they're intercollegiate sports, so they like have teams within the school that play against each other. I thought about it, but I really want to focus on things I have passion for, and I love baseball. I love baseball. But honestly, I don't think I could see myself.
Yeah,
playing
he
in
freaked
college.
out on me when I tried out for baseball. He was like, "You're not taking it serious." I'm like, "Nick, I'm just that good."
And I do have passion for baseball. I loved it, but I think I know that this is my last year playing baseball. When it's time to give up something, you know it. And I think this year, like starting off and how everything's been going, no,
Don't lie to me.
yeah, maybe I
You're
don't
gonna
know.
cry.
But when it's time to give up on something, I think you should just go with what your heart knows is best. And I am going to do a lot of acting in college, and I'm going to do a lot of musical stuff. Other than that, after I graduate from college, which I'm going for advertising, which is communications. I don't know. I think I want to maybe advertise for a company or something for a little bit. Kind of get my footing down on that. I want to get my real estate license so I can sell some houses.
You want
and
to sell
stuff.
houses in this market?
Well, I'm living out. I'm going to be moving out west. I'm going to be moving out there. I plan on living either in Nevada, which is like the Nevada just outside of Las Vegas, because like it's like so much cheaper there because it's not like actually in the city. And it'd be cool to do like real estate stuff there, like inside the city, and it'd also be cool to do advertising stuff there. And it'd be I want to either live there or I want to live in Seattle, Washington, or I want to live in like California.
Good.
I think I'm gonna move. I'm gonna probably live in all three of those spots, depending on where my wife
At the
is.
same time. All three wives, so you can go back and forth.
The thing is, another thing is, I'm gonna be married. I want that.
I'm just gonna name this video "My Mormon Friend and His 7 Wives."
I plan on getting married probably young, and I probably will. Hopefully, I'm gonna be on the search for a wife after I get back on my mission. I'm not even joking. BYU, Idaho. I haven't met my wife yet, and I'm excited to meet her. But
So you already have one planned out? Like she's already like picked?
No, I haven't met her yet.
Oh, meaning like she's still like a mystery.
But I know that it's gonna happen at some point. And I want to get sealed in the temple with her, and I want to be able to start a family. Another thing that I have a huge act to do is I would love to act.
Now is that wife 1 or 2?
I would love to act. Also, after a couple of years of getting my footing down, getting financially stable, and I'd love to act and do something like that. I always said if Grease goes back on Broadway, I'm going to try out for Kaneki. And I mean that. I want to do some musical stuff with my friend Cameron Barnes. Me and him actually have a goal to open up our own record label.
Now, when you do all this acting stuff, are you going to try going through an agency, or are you going to try finding your own agent and do it?
Well, I'm probably going to go through an agency. I think the thing with me that I'm going to do first is the church has these films that they make. They're actually like theatrical feature films. Like they're really good too. I've watched some of them. And there's a movie that just came out, The Saratov Approach, based on 2 missionaries that went to Russia. It's based on a true story. That got kidnapped, but they finally got released after teaching the people about the church and stuff. And I'd love to do films like that, stuff that kind of keeps my morals there. And then eventually, after I open up my own record label, I really want to open up my own independent film company and write films, produce films, direct films.
Well,
and
you know who
star
to call.
films.
Over here.
act in films. That's one of the things that I want to do, and I want to make films that are fun, enjoyable, but they have good morals.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to make films that, you know, bring back films like from the '70s that like are just awesome film, like. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
70s films that are just like so much fun, but they're
kind
like,
of like
really, really good.
a Shane Dawson film, but full length.
Yeah, but with like good morals. So
Well,
it's like
his always has good morals, even though he kind of takes a twist on them.
the thing with the good morals that I mean is like I want to like make it so that way like it's like a PG suggested audience, and there's not like a lot of influential stuff in them, and that's the type of thing that I really want to do. I think I also another goal that I have is it's kind of weird on YouTube actually. I'd like to make my own like films and stuff on YouTube and stuff. But the one thing I really want to do,
kind of like Black Box TV.
Yeah, the one thing I really want to do though is I want to do a daily vlog.
Do they even do that still, Black Box, or did they give that up?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm gonna have to check that out too because they were really good.
Yeah.
I loved their films. Black Box TV was really good.
I want to do like daily video vlogs with like my family. And I want to do like a shake cards type thing because I think that'd be kind of cool. It'd be like a unique experience as long as it's okay with like my wife and everything. And
well, I mean, you have to ask all 7 of them, but you could be that next show that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, Sister Wives.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, are they like sisters and wives?
I don't know. I've never watched
like,
it.
They're all sisters. You like married off? What a pimp!
I've never even watched it, and I don't plan on watching it. I know they're all Mormons, like so called, but I mean, if they were Mormons, they wouldn't do that type of stuff. So I mean, you know, I just kind of want to live a very successful life. I want to.
Well, that's everyone's.
Yeah,
you know.
the thing with me though is the thing that's different with me is, before I wanted to like have an abundance of wealth, I don't anymore. And the thing with that, the reason for that is because I want to be able to support my family enough and be financially stable enough just to get the things that we need.
Yeah, that's
and
how.
The reason for that is because like having my kids grow up and stuff, I want them to learn the value of what it really means to have something and be appreciative of things. And I think that's a really good lesson.
Those are really good lessons.
It's a really good lesson that,
especially with today's kids.
That gets everything that they want. I don't want that, and it's good to be financially
spoiled
stable,
kids.
and it's good to have.
That's why I'm talking about you.
Like, the reason why I want to do acting, it's not to make tons of money and be like a Hollywood superstar. The reason why I want to do acting, I have a passion for it, and it's something that I'd love to pursue and continue to do. But you know, if it's only like $100 or something, like
it's like me. If I ever like became famous or something, I would only keep enough to live and then give the rest to family and charities.
The thing that's what I want to do is I have plans in the future of maybe opening up like a nonprofit.
Yeah, even do giveaways and stuff. You know,
yeah, definitely. I'd love to help out other countries. I might join the Peace Corps or something when I'm older, and that's like my ultimate goal. I just want to help other people, and I want to look back at my life and say, you know, I have no regrets, and it's been a good life, and I've been happy, and even if I don't accomplish acting, or if I don't accomplish opening up my own record label, you know, if I don't become, you know, like known for something, you know, other than advertising or whatever, or even if I don't do that, even if I am a manager at McDonald's, as long as I can look back at my life and say, I had a good life, you know, I'll be happy with that. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day. As long as I have a beautiful daughter of God and great kids and just have a good, perfect family, that's all that matters, really. That's what today's life should be like. And
it's funny because like a year ago, this kid was all about Satan.
That's not true at all. That is not true at all. No, I wasn't the same kid that I was.
He wore like studded bracelets and.
Yeah, totally. I was so goth. No, I think, you know, last year, you know, was kind of it was trials, and you know, you live.
He bowled. I mean, all bowlers worship Satan.
Yeah. You know, you live to learn. You know, you learn to live that. Oh, you live to learn, I guess, that things in life don't always pan out the way that you want it to be, but it can always be better. You know what I mean? And even when you're down and when you're having, you know, a bad day, or you know, something goes on in your life that, you know, you wish never happened, you can always look at tomorrow. And I love that feeling, is waking up, you know, knowing that today's a new day. And you know, I face trials still, you know, and you know, from having a prom date to not all of a sudden, you know, it's one of those things you learn to just appreciate things. You learn to appreciate things and appreciate people that.
Any of you ladies want to be next prom date?
preferably in this like
This area.
area code.
I'll bet you plane tickets.
But you learn to really love people, and I think that's really what life should be about. And like that's what I said earlier is just be a good person. And you know, with so many things that's going on in the media nowadays, it can suck people into having thinking that life sucks and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Like
you can't
media
ever
today is
change.
just like that's why I don't watch the news because it's always negative things, and I'd rather watch Philip DeFranco, YouTuber news people because they always talk about things that are more upbeat. Like they'll talk about celebrities and joke about it and stuff. They make it more fun. But like you watch like Fox News or CNN, they're always looking at the bad things in life. You never see like that guy that like rescued like 17 puppies with his 17 wives next to him, and
Here we go with the wives thing.
But
I think there's a good news site actually if you wanted to check it out. It's this guy who's actually part of the church, but he worked for CNN and Fox News. His name is Glenn Beck. He's really really famous, and he owns his own. Actually, I never even mentioned that. I'd like to.
speaking of news people, I saw Joe Snyder riding his bicycle today.
I would actually. I should have mentioned that I would love to work for him at some point too. He lives in Texas. He has his own channel or his own his own TV channel called The Blaze, and The Blaze is all about news and the Glenn Beck program. He talks about like good news, like news that actually uplifts people and not has negative things to say. And he's a guy who speaks the truth. And there's a book that I've been reading. Well, I haven't read it in a while, but it's called Arguing with Idiots.
Speaking of famous people, I was gonna ask you earlier, but I forgot to ask you now. If you could work with any director, like big time director, who would you want to work for, and why?
The one person who I would love to work for, especially now, is probably Joss Whedon of Marvel. I think the way he does.
Are you excited for Galaxies? Or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah,
That looks really good. It's funny.
I think the reason for that is because the way he makes everything look so real. Like, I think that's so cool. And a lot of people say they love him because he's such a nice guy and he's easy to work with. And, he's the type of director that I think I could take directing tips from. Like, the way he makes movies, he makes them so, like, he takes his own spin on things. And I would love
he's really, really good at what he does. Like, he's kicking DC's ass.
I think another one that's really good is Zack Snyder's good. I like him. He's the one that does the Man of Steel.
He did. He does the DC. He's trying to bring DC back into the biz.
Tim Burton would be awesome because I'm a huge fan of Tim Burton's animated films. Like his animated films are literally like my obsession. I love the way he makes his characters and the way he makes his storyline. I think Nightmare Before Christmas is probably like one of my favorite movies of all time. My favorite movie of all time though. The Princess Bride.
The Prince? What?
I absolutely love that
Nick.
movie. Yeah, I love it.
Nick.
I love it. That movie is so awesome. It's so funny. It has romance. It has everything in it. It has comedy. It has a giant getting, kind of like beat up a little bit by a shorter guy.
No.
It has Princess Buttercup.
If I was to pick, a director that I would like to work for, it would either be the guy that did The Wolf of Wall Street because, like, I don't know, he's really, like, his imagery and stuff, like, looks really phenomenal.
That wasn't Paul Greengrass. Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I believe, like, he's really good.
Did you
Kevin
see that movie?
Smith would be amazing
Did
to
you
work
see that
for.
movie?
Yeah.
Was it
Wolf of
good?
Wall Street. Oh my god, it was
I
amazing.
love Leonardo DiCaprio. He's amazing.
That movie, I made a joke earlier, like, saying, wouldn't it be funny if, Leonardo didn't win a Grammy for it, but Jonah Hill did? And Jonah went up to Leonardo DiCaprio and be like, "You Jonah cry."
I love Leonardo DiCaprio. I think he's amazing. Great Gatsby was amazing. I love that book. And
Yeah,
I thought he portrayed Gatsby really well.
He did.
Shutter Island is an awesome movie that he's in. That's like probably one of my favorite movies by him. I haven't seen Wolf of Wall Street.
It's really, really, really good.
Another movie that I really like.
Although you might not like it because there's a lot of sex in it.
Yeah, I might not like it then.
You might not like it because there's a lot of nudity, a lot of sex, drugs, but the movie's phenomenal, but I mean, Mormon standards.
I gotta keep my standards, It's important to me. I think Leonardo DiCaprio. I love Inception, and I haven't even watched the full thing, but I love Inception because I think he portrayed a great character in that movie. And every single movie he's in, if you look at every movie that Leonardo DiCaprio's been in, he's been top notch. And he always goes for the movies that have really good scripts and that he'll have a good time in. And that's why he doesn't do a lot of movies every year.
He's really good. He's a brilliant actor. It's a shame that he always gets pushed to the side when it comes to Grammy time, but that's kind of what makes
another
it
movie he was good in, Django Unchained.
Mm-hmm.
He as the villain in that movie, he was amazing in that movie. He was phenomenal. I thought he portrayed a villain really well. I think he's good. I think I'm a huge fan of movies, so I have my own opinion on what actors are good, in my opinion, what actors suck.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kristen Stewart's terrible. I think another person who's terrible, Jade Smith. He can't act for crap.
What do you think about Jonah Hill?
I think he has promise. I think Jonah Hill, when he first started doing movies, I didn't think he was a good actor. I think he was unexperienced.
Dude, Wolf of Wall Street, he's phenomenal.
No, the best movie that I saw Jonah Hill where I was like, okay, this guy can act, was Moneyball. I thought that's when I was like, okay, this guy's at his peak. He can actually act. I think
he was really good in This Is the End too.
This Is the End. I haven't seen that.
That's hilarious.
Another actor who I think is very overrated, who I'm not a huge fan of. I don't think is that great of an actor. Is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. And I'm sorry, a lot of people
because he was a wrestler.
I don't think he's that good of an actor. I've seen a lot of his movies. He just plays the same character in all of them.
One of my favorite actors of all time is freaking what's his name from Zombieland?
Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson.
No, not Zombieland. Adventureland, the other one. Not Jesse Eisenberg, but the one that looks like him.
Michael Cera.
Yeah, Michael Cera. I love Michael Cera.
He's horrible.
He's so awkward and I don't know. I love Michael Cera.
Dude,
Jesse Eisenberg's really good too.
I gotta tell you, he is probably one of the worst actors I've ever
but
seen.
But he's funny and so
he's a dork. He plays a dork in every movie.
I know.
If you've seen every Michael Cera movie, he plays the same character in every single movie. That's why he is not in movies anymore.
He's in movies. He was in This Is the End.
Well, he was in This Is the End because everybody was in that movie.
And he was like a badass in that movie.
Wow, I'm surprised. I think one really good actor. I like James Franco. I think some of the stuff he's in now is kind of stupid. I don't like him as much in comedies. I love him in playing action roles. I thought he was good in that Rise of the Planet of the Apes movie. He was good in that. Another movie he was really good in was actually Pineapple Express. He played a pretty good doper. I guess I could say that. He was. I watched that movie before I joined the church, but he was funny in that. He was good in that movie.
What do you think about Kevin Smith and his films? Don't like him?
I haven't really watched his films. I think he's a funny person. Some of the movie ideas that he has are just weird. The new movie he's making is called Walrus or something. And it's this dude is making a girl dress up as a walrus, and it's weird. I don't know. It's weird.
I didn't hear about that one.
He's making it's.
I heard at Clerks 3 he was making that, and there was the Walrus might be a side project.
I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really watched any of his stuff. I think.
Have you seen Clerks? That film is really good.
I've seen Jay and Silent Bob. That's
Well,
the
that's
only movie I've seen of his.
Well, see, you have to watch the other ones before you watch.
And
that
I
one.
have watched Mallrats. Mallrats was kind of funny. I saw it on Comedy Central the one day. Michael Rooker, who was in The Walking Dead, was in that. I'm a huge fan of Norman Reedus. I think he's insane. He's amazing. I think Walking Dead saved his.
See, what
his
I love
career.
about Kevin Smith is that he was an independent filmmaker, and he pretty much maxed out all of his credit cards.
Yeah.
In order to start, and he took a huge risk, and he made it, and now he's considered a normal director nowadays, even though he's still independent, but he's done a couple mainstream films.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good that he has something like Clerks or something, I guess.
And he
helps his career.
And a lot of people say Ben Affleck's a really good director nowadays, and he's the one who gave Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck's playing the new Batman.
Yeah. Which
is crazy.
And Kevin Smith's gonna be in it too, I think.
Huh.
So
I'm excited. Man of Steel. I thought last year's movies, I thought Man of Steel was definitely number one. I loved that movie. That movie was great. I
Oh,
want
that
to
movie
see.
was
I want to
freaking
see American Hustle because I've heard that's really good.
I just want an Aquaman movie already.
I think that was my favorite superhero movie by far was Man of Steel. I think my favorite comedy last year. I don't know. I don't think I saw a lot of comedies. I
Bad Grandpa
loved
was
The
really
Great
funny.
Gatsby. The Great Gatsby was good. That was a good drama movie.
You see Bad Grandpa?
I've seen it. Yeah.
That was pretty funny. That was hilarious.
What's another? I think another movie that I want to see Captain Phillips. I haven't seen that. I'm ashamed that I haven't seen that movie yet.
Captain Phillips
Tom
was
Hanks
really
is
good, I
amazing.
heard.
I think we have it downstairs because we got it from Netflix. Gonna watch that soon. I think I think Man of Steel was like my favorite movie last year, and World War Z was amazing. I saw that with Coleman. I loved it. I have it right there too on Blu-ray.
Yeah, World War Z was really
Oh my
good.
goodness! If you want to see a movie on Blu-ray that looks real, like it looks good, World War Z. Like compare. Oh my goodness, that movie looks amazing in Blu-ray. I can't believe how good that looks. Fast and Furious 6. It's like every Fast and Furious movie. I wasn't a huge fan of it, and I like Paul Walker a lot. It's a shame that we lost a talent like him, but you know, life goes on.
Anyways, we're getting about an hour in, so wanna say goodbye.
Yeah. See you guys later. You can add me on Facebook or whatever if you want. Nicholas Acosta. Twitter. I've used it kind of because I don't know if you
Actually started using
Your
Twitter.
former alumni,
What?
Susquehanna Community High School, has their own Twitter page now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been kind of using it just kind of like to follow them and stuff. I haven't really put up a post in a while.
I actually just
Please
recently
follow me
started
on that.
using all my stuff again.
Instagram, I just kind of started using
Yeah,
it
me
again.
too.
I haven't I haven't put up new pictures, but I've been like looking at it and going through it. So you can add me on that. I think it's Acosta1223, and Twitter is Acosta1223. Capital THE, capital ACOSTA, 1223. That's what they are. Other than that, I don't have any YouTube or anything.
I'll put some links down below.
My YouTube
Yeah.
used to be the refined one, but I got rid of that. I actually deleted that. I can't delete just old stuff that we used to do, but
Good.
and I can't delete
Classics.
and I can't delete these stuff that I used to do. And
I actually thought about like
Acosta23.
re-uploading some of those like on my channel, just like as a this used to be a thing type. Because I could download them onto my computer and then re-upload them on my new channel and be like, this is something that happened like on a day that I can't think of any content at all.
Yeah, I think I will get back into YouTube. Obviously not now. I'm planning on going on my mission, so probably in a couple of years. I think when I'm settled down and everything. And the videos that you could probably expect are probably just vlogs and kind of like update stuff and like kind of just fun videos, hanging out with people. It's not gonna be like the stuff that it was before because I was doing like a lot of tech stuff and all that stuff. I kind of got rid of that.
I kind of do. I'm kind of just mixing everything in one channel right now.
I think that's what I want to do. I want to do a lot of stuff like I want to do a lot of Shaytards type stuff. You know, like vlog and just have fun and just do crazy stuff. But like I'm definitely when I get to college at BYU Idaho, I'm gonna make some crazy fun videos. I can promise you that. Me and my friends, we're gonna go wild. We're gonna make some fun, crazy videos.
Whoa, settle down, boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. And I also have another idea that I might do is I might take all the pictures that I get from like the MTC and from my mission and stuff wherever I go, and I might just upload them and do like a huge video and put it on YouTube like as like my first video for like a channel, and like you could see like you could witness like my 2 years or whatever on my mission and stuff. That'd be like awesome. I'd love to do that. And other than that, I don't know. Just look forward to the future. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Probably music stuff, obviously. I don't know if we're gonna make a YouTube channel yet, but if we do, you can go look at my my groups page. We're called The Odds. It's me, my friend Cameron Barnes, and Jack Avery. And me and Cameron also do stuff by ourselves. But we are doing
That's their musical stuff.
We're doing really cool stuff. You can go check that out. Possibly. You can check it out on my Facebook, but I think we're gonna make a YouTube channel eventually at some point. Which would be really cool. We'll probably do that within the next couple of days because we have a bunch of songs that we're just doing. We're doing crazy stuff. We're doing Treasure by Bruno Mars, and we're doing Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke, which is sweet. It sounds so cool. Like with acoustic guitars, like dude, it's like dun. That's so cool.
All right, well, I'll definitely promote you guys as much as possible. And this video is about an hour long now, so we'll end it here. Thank you so much for viewing into this and listening to Nick's story. And you may see him again before he leaves for his mission.
I'd
Depending
love
on,
to, man.
like
Do
as
another
much
podcast.
as, yeah,
Yeah,
like a normal one, just kind of like.
I think I want to do something like this too in the future, like with my
Like a
videos.
podcast?
Like a podcast. Like this is cool. I think it's
I like this. This is something I've always wanted to do,
I think it's
and
fun.
I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do it now, and I'm glad I did because it's like I feel like it's opening a lot of doors, so
It's fun. It's cool to talk.
and it's
stuff.
really easy to make, and
I should
you just-
really. You know what I might do?
Hmm.
Because I know a lot about movies.
Mhm.
So I might just make a movie podcast or something
Do
in
it.
my life. Like 2 years from now. Not because I'm busy with stuff and
Yeah.
like I don't want to just start a podcast and then like leave for 2 years and then just come back and
Anyways, if you like this video, give it a like. Feel free to share it with your friends, and share the love. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.
Jesus Christ loves all of us.
What a loser. Just kidding.